What's up, everyone? Greetings. It says I have 0 people watching right now, but I know that that's not true. I figured it's a good time. Middle of the afternoon here in Atlanta, evening in everywhere else. I might even put on my glasses for this. What do you think? Can I find them? I think they're over here. I instantly go up a few IQ points here. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Arizona, it's much earlier, obviously. Poland, what time is it? I feel great today, by the way. I just heard Dylan was just here reciting all 50 states and capitals for me. I think I forgot to change my picture on here, but that's okay. You don't care. Pick up your guitars while watching. So I have a code for today for the live stream for the Beato book, which is it's RB1625, just like rhythm changes. So once again, I love talking about rhythm changes because rhythm changes is the I always said rhythm changes is the things that separate a fusion player from a bebop player. What's up, Tom? Good to see you. So the chord progression of rhythm changes because of the speed that it goes typically. Most people play it in B flat, although you should be able to play it in every key, but we'll play it in B flat for right now. And I think it's difficult for people to negotiate the chord changes because they change fast. And it's not like you, to really play bebop, what you're doing is you would be outlining the chord changes one at a time, ideally. But that's very difficult to do. And it's, I think it's a lot easier to do to start out with some simpler strategies, which I'll call, triadic or added note playing before you get into, when you're playing, if you do like B flat to G7, right? Or right there it gives you do, da, do, do, and I'm going to that flat 9. Or that would be more like do da do do da 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 do da da da, right? So it's hard to play, to play something like that is tricky to play. So I'm playing right. Sorry about the buzz. So right there, that is something that is really outlining. So I play, right? You hear, I go up to that. So I'm playing E flat there, and I'm playing. Making the changes that way is tricky. So I like to simplify it for people when they're starting out. Take very simple triadic ideas, play over it as if it's a simpler progression. Like you could play something like this. Okay, what's up, Warren? Okay, so what I'm doing here, I got Tom, I got Warren, I got all the pros here. So right there, I'm thinking of this chord progression just as 2 chords. But I made it sound modern. I played a B flat major 7, and I'm going into a B major sound and resolving back to the third. So I'm going. When I play this B major sound, it's implying like a B major over F, or a dominant 7, flat 9, flat 5 sound. So you can do simpler things though even. I could play okay, so right there I'm thinking B flat major and then basically like C minor 7 and then G minor 7 to F7. That is more of a melodic approach, and I'm thinking, so I played, okay, so B flat major, C minor, B flat major, F7, right? You have to do that would be another way where I'm just using simple triads. I'm using some add 9 chords. That would be implying like a giant steps type sound over that. But I'm simply thinking of the triad. So I'm going, what did I do? B flat major and then D flat add 9, or D, 1, 2, 3, 5 and D flat. G flat add 9. F7. Right? So. Or I could go to F7 there. Right? Or simple. I could play this. So that would be, once again, B flat major to B major. But I made it kind of a B Lydian. Something like that. Okay, so. Or you could do. So I did B flat major here to D flat major, then G flat add 9 to F7, right? Or you could do that. So I played B flat major to D flat to G, then I'm doing A flat major, which would be implying something like this. Then I go to so this A flat sound here is it as if you were substituting A flat 7. Instead of playing F7 to B flat, you sub the flat 7 back to the tonic, which is a very common chord progression. Or, right? Or I could stay on the B there. which works great too. So I played, it's hard to play this guitar, here's my excuse, I'll get it out of the way, 13 through 56. So I'm playing B flat major and then D flat add 9 and then right down B add 9. Right? What did I play? That's what I played. So I'm just using 3 chords now. Right? So, a lot of simple ideas. Right? Then you can start going into things where you are playing really more over the chord changes. Instead of okay, so that is, I'm just playing over 1-6-2-5 there. And once again, Beato book and my YouTube transcription compilation are, there's a coupon, $10 off each of them, and the code is RB1625. So once again, so somebody just said here, Umero 67 says, good for blues turnarounds. Exactly. All of these things that I'm playing work perfectly as any kind of turnaround. It can be the turnaround on Donna Lee. It can be the turnaround on a blues. It can be the turnaround. It can be any type of turnaround. How are you, Peter? Good to see you. This lesson is for Peter Smart right here. Or this discussion, I'll say, is for Peter. So, once again, I'm simplifying my thinking. If you try to think over every chord, it's very difficult because they move really fast, right? So, once again, simplify. So I'm going B flat major, add 9. And I came down B, add 9, right? So this is B add 9, B flat add 9, and that you have to hit these sounds on the beat for it to really sound like you know what you're doing, at least to start. Then so I'm just going between those 2 chord changes right there. B major, or B flat major and B major. But then you can get into the more complex things. Now, in my book, I've got, if you go to page 60 in my Beato book here, it's got about 20 different reharms for rhythm changes right here. You know, starts out with the standard ones. 1, you could do 6 minor, but people typically don't do that unless you're playing swing jazz, okay? Typically you make the 6 chord dominant, 2, 5, and then you can do 1, passing diminished, 2, passing diminished. So understanding that is the first step. Then you start putting in these substitutions. The substitutions could start with D minor 7, right? You can just avoid the B flat. You can think of it as D minor 7. You go D minor 7. That's your G7. Okay. Anyways, so this is a really good strategy for practicing over this chord progression that's really difficult to play over at tempo. So what I would do, I mean, you can start getting into more, more modern chord progression over it later on. But simply, I would play. I would stick to really, those triads are really, really important, though. You got to know where they are. Right? So I did B flat major, D flat major. Then I did, what did I do? B flat, D flat, G flat, B flat, or B major to B flat. So, I'm going right here. Walk down, and I have this chord right there. So, again. And then I'm going to this shape here. So I'm thinking this. There, 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 there. Or I can think here, 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 there. Okay, would you give a different sound? Okay. So that's really the A section. But then you have to negotiate to that the key change. If you're actually playing rhythm changes, you need to negotiate that the key change to E flat. Okay, so if I play. Then I'm like, okay, well, where am I going to go here? So I go, So I did. I forget what I played. That's what I played. So I'm playing F minor, B flat major, and that's more of a triadic approach again. I'm simplifying. Instead of going, you know, that could be something that you would play, but that would be more of a straight, where I'm thinking triadically again. There's F minor, right? So I'm thinking there or there. Then we're in the bridge. Right? What did I just play? Bridge. Ah, man. Woo! That's killing there. It's killing me. Bridge. Once again, I'm thinking... that is really... Someone buy me some strings. Listen. I gotta get this set up. If you can play it on 13 through 56, you can play it on anything. Anyways, questions. Joe, humidifier. That's the problem, right? I was saying the other night that that I'm getting this. I must have a brace loose or something. That you can hear that the neck bodies needs to be re-glued or something like that, or the top does. Anyway, so all this stuff is in my book. All these concepts are in here. I've got tons of reharms for the A section, tons of reharms for the B section. But it's interesting. I was listening to Django all day today, And and I was actually listening a lot to the rhythm guitar behind what he was playing. And I started thinking about this, and then I thought I was going to talk about rhythm guitar, but then I thought, well, I'm going to talk about rhythm changes because that was always the most difficult thing to, I think, for people to play. It was always kind of the turning point between people being able to be bebop players or jazz players and being fusion players. So so mastering that, and I think it was intimidating for people. When I was an undergrad, even though I was a classical bass major, I took jazz guitar lessons. That was the only jazz class that I took, and no one ever wanted to play rhythm changes. It was kind of that was the, what would you say, that's what separated the professionals from the students, essentially. Well, we want to, no, we're not going to play rhythm changes. So, so that was a thing that before playing giant steps or anything like that, the rhythm changes is really the gateway to playing bebop, because that 1-6-2-5 or 3-6-2-5 progression is in every turnaround of every standard, essentially. If you think of even Donna Lee, right? You think of the end of Donna Lee, you got let's say you're doing the bridge. That whole section is like, so right there you have 2 3-6-2-5 patterns in a row, because it goes C minor, F7, threads 3-6-2-5, and then 1-6-2-5, and then you're back to the verse. Then you're back to the so that's got 3-6-2-5. Every blues that you play has 3-6-2-5 at the end, or 1-6-2-5, right? If you play B flat blues, right? 3-6-2-5-1. So right there you have it. You have it, blues, rhythm changes. I mean, just about any standard you can think of has at least one turnaround at the very end. And being able to master this progression is extremely important. It's really the one thing, the 1-bar 2-5, major and minor 2-5, and then the 2-bar 3-6-2-5 or 1-6-2-5 are the two progressions to master to play jazz. That's it. I mean, really. Anything else, if you start getting into 1-bar 2-5, 1-bar a piece, it becomes easier, obviously. When I say 1-bar a piece, like on rhythm changes, That's so you got 2, 5. So I've got a 2, 5, 1 bar each, right? 1, 2, then. That's easier to play, obviously, right? So that's so the key to this stuff is to get these really quick moving progressions. That's going to be your that's the thing to master. The 1 bar 2 5 1, meaning 2 chords in 1 bar, right? Or that's the 1 bar minor 2 5. Now you can always just play in B flat major, but it's not going to sound like you're playing anything really. It's not going to sound like jazz. It's not going to sound like bebop anyways. But you can play, I mean, there's a lot of cool things that you can play. But simplify the progression first. Play over 2 chords. Just play over the 1 chord to the 5 chord. And then play over, you know, make the progression maybe a little more complex. Okay, and then you can start going into the and then you get into the 3 6 2 5s and all the alterations. The walk up. Or anyways, when I'm thinking B major, I'm thinking B either F altered, right? I'm thinking or an F altered dominant. Right? So I've got, right? Or, you know, 1 2 3. I just played a little bit snippet, B flat, then to F alter. And I did, I'm going kind of between the different things there. Right? Right? Then the bridge. Woo! Okay, that's enough. That's about tendinitisville right there. I don't practice enough to play on this guitar, as you can see. But playing on this guitar When you go to electric, makes it way easier. Anyways, so Beato book 1625. RB1625 is your coupon code. $10 off. Beato book and the YouTube transcription. You guys are awesome. If you're around tonight and I go on, I'm not sure I'm going to go on tonight. It's Sunday night. I think it might take off. But on my other channel, Rick Beato Live, subscribe. Thank you. You guys are awesome. We will see you.